welcome to another episode of the playonultra podcast. This is episode 121.
Woo!
Finally, the gang is back together.
Yep, we are finally getting back together.
Yeah, Sarah's
I
been
do
avoiding
know.
me.
Swift.
Racist.
It's been a while. I don't remember the last time it was.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel
think
like
at
the
least a
last
month.
Before October.
It's been almost a month.
Yeah.
Things have been crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
So how are you guys?
Doing all right. I actually have been a bit eventful these last couple of weeks. Did I? No, I don't think I talked about that. I finally saw Thor Ragnarok. Did you guys get to see it yet?
I
No,
did.
Yay! I thought it was
good?
It's my
liked
favorite
it.
Marvel movie now.
Oh, it's your favorite? Oh, fun.
It replaced, I think my previous favorite was the first Avengers.
Oh, wow. Dang. I really liked it. I wouldn't say necessarily replaced a favorite, but it's definitely funny. Like, it's not like any Thor movie in the past.
Is it like any other Marvel movie?
I think people have drawn comparisons to Guardians of the Galaxy, which is probably
Just
the closest.
because it's funny, but it's not the same kind of comedy.
It's funny. Yeah, because the thing that's kind of interesting about Thor is that it really just kind of keeps the comedy going without really like risking, just kind of, oh, now this is a down point. Like, it just kind of keeps going. While Guardians of the Galaxy, there are a lot of serious moments still, and it's more about group working together. It's kind of a good, it's a foil to the Civil War movie, is how I saw it.
Nice.
I only say that because, like, the Civil War movie was very dark and broody and serious, and this is not that at all. But no, everyone does a really good job. I think this is probably the first Thor standalone movie where you really, really like Thor in some ways, and I don't know, it's really funny. All the side characters are also really great and really strong. And Cate Blanchett, you can't go wrong with her. You really can't.
Yeah,
she's amazing.
Should have watched it. I like her a lot.
Yeah, she's pretty great. And yeah, so
You like it, Fo?
Oh, yeah.
he loved it.
Yeah.
What's the director's name again?
Taiki Waititi?
Yeah.
His character, he voices a character in the movie.
Oh.
And I think he steals the show. Like, he's my favorite character. He
Taika
plays like
Waititi.
this. He's the rock guy.
Oh, that was him?
Yeah,
Oh, he was my favorite.
I tried to start a revolution, but I didn't print enough pamphlets, so just my mum and her boyfriend showed up, and I hate my mum's boyfriend. It's like...
I didn't know that was him. Oh my gosh. Yeah, he definitely steals the show. Without a doubt. That's amazing. Oh yeah, he's the best character.
Jeff Goldblum in it.
He's great.
He was fantastic, too.
He was great.
Nice.
Yeah. He definitely played it up, and he played it great. I loved him.
So, fun fact, Sam Neill also has a cameo in this movie. So, It's like Jurassic Park 1 all over again with Sam Neill and Jeff Goldblum.
Too funny.
I don't think they're on screen together, but...
No. What's his cameo?
In the beginning, when Thor returns to Asgard and he sees that crappy like play going on, Sam Neill plays the play version of Odin.
Oh, that's great.
It's pretty cool.
That's pretty good. Yeah, would. I think you'd really enjoy it, Char.
You definitely like it. The soundtrack's like my favorite part, actually.
Soundtrack's really good.
It's kind of weird.
Also, can I just say that, because, they basically, what's her name? Natalie Portman's character, Jane Foster, is no longer in the picture. They make that very clear within the first part of the movie. And this character, Valkyrie, is going to be probably the new love interest, but they don't really showcase it a lot. There's like a moment, but it's not really like pushed together at all. But I have to say, despite that, they had way more chemistry on screen than Jane Foster and Thor ever did in the other two movies, which is a little sad. But we all kind of saw that coming, so I'm not really surprised. She was great, though. I love Valkyrie.
Carl Urban's character seemed a little unnecessary.
I guess
but
they were
he
just
did it well.
He did it well. He was great. I mean, I guess it was to kind of show, I don't know. It was almost weird because it was almost like someone was pushing for him to have more of a role in the movie than I think he originally needed to.
I wonder if stuff got cut.
Maybe stuff did get cut. Yeah, because it was like, okay, this guy's supposed to be really important, but I'm not sure why. I guess it was a way to make...
Like, it just seemed like a weird little arc.
Yeah,
did we see him before?
I thought we did, but you know what? You could be right. I thought we did, though. He just looked familiar to me, but maybe it's because of the previews. I may be confusing things together. I don't know. I'm trying to think of where I would have seen him. I don't know. He looked really familiar.
When you were saying about Valkyrie being Thor's new love interest, yes. I was like, wait a minute. I remember reading Valkyrie to be the first LGBTQ character in the Marvel Universe.
Oh, and I have no idea.
The actress tweeted out that basically confirming that she's bisexual.
Oh,
her character or herself?
Character.
Ah, okay. I see.
So like,
They didn't really showcase any. I'm trying to remember if they ever did.
Actually, I remember reading an article basically saying like there's no point if you don't show it, if you're not explicit about it.
It's hard, right? Because, like, I think the problem is that, you know, the heteronormativity, you know, kind of bias. Even if two characters don't show any romantic attachment, we assume that they must be straight, right? Even if they don't show. And so that there's that hard part where it's like, when are you just kind of trying to show it for case of show it, you know? So it's, I don't know. Because, you know, there's an argument to be had, like...
either.
Right, yeah, like, why can't, you know, I can understand the point of being like, well, you can say that, but you weren't brave enough to show it. I can understand that argument. At the same time, there is something to be said of like, yeah, well, are you just assuming everybody's straight even if they're not showing romantic interest? You know what I mean? So it's kind of a weird situation.
I understand
like
she's
Dumbledore being gay, right?
Right, yeah. Although that is, in the movies it wasn't shown, but I guess in the books it's more hinted at.
I would agree it's more hinted at, but I'd still say, like, without an explicit author telling you could read it either way. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I agree with that too. Which,
like, I understand she's bi, but like if you're gonna make her the love interest of Thor, it almost feels like it doesn't really matter she's bi.
Yeah, but then that's I don't know. That's getting into the whole. Yes and no. I mean, there's the whole thing of like I get that. I think it'd be one thing if we showed. I guess maybe it might rest easier in your. It might taste rest easier taste. I don't know. It might not be as weird if like we had seen past love interest or something and then ended up with Thor maybe. Because if you just say that just because I'm only sensitive to it because that's part of bi erasure, where it's like, well, just because you're in a committed relationship doesn't mean you're no longer bi, right? So, but yeah, I mean, I have no idea what they're gonna pull with that. There really was no, you know, there was a little bit of romantic tension, but it was so quick. It was like, they got close to each other.
More tension between Valkyrie and Hulk.
I agree. That's definitely true. Although I saw more of like a playful thing, less of
true.
You know what I mean? It was more playful.
But they were closer?
They were close. Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't like sexual tension. I'm not sure how sexual tension with Hulk would look. That sounds a little weird. It was just more kind of like...
Because this movie's weird, because I'd say like the thing it draws from the most from the comic books is a Hulk series of comic books called Planet Hulk.
Yeah.
But now it's kind of been co-opted by Thor. So, like, because in the Hulk comic books, he has a kid. And that's kind of like one of like his motivating factors is like the wife dies. It's not Valkyrie, but I don't know, it's weird.
It seems like they're not making any sort of Hulk movie.
That's fine.
Just, I guess.
Hulk is such a hard character because Thor already is a hard character to make a Marvel movie from. That's why the first two Thor movies, they're not terrible movies, but I've always felt that Thor was the weakest of the single superheroes in Marvel as far as like movies go.
I haven't seen the Hulk ones. Are they better than the Thor ones?
No, they were older. They were before MCU really became a thing. I never saw them, but from what I heard, the first one was totally trash. And the one that's kind of canon to MCU, they kind of co-opted it. Is not as bad, but still not great. But they were made before Iron Man.
Edward Norton, that's something. Yeah. The Edward Norton ones I've heard are okay.
Yeah, they're okay.
Is there one? Is there more than one?
It's just one.
Okay. It's just one of Edward Norton, but there's two Hulk movies.
The ones before that I've heard are garbage. Yeah, I've heard they're just like not even worth it.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. But
Eric Banner, I think his name. Australian guy, yeah.
But, like, Hulk is just a hard character to make a single standalone movie for, just because of how he is, you know, and the themes he represents. Right. I don't know. like Thor is also like Thor and Hulk are great side characters. That's why in Avengers they're so great. But like for standalone movies, they're very hard to deal with. But they work together in this movie. It's weird. They're like the standalone. They're like the side characters working together, and they make it work because honestly, they try not to take it too seriously, which is what they needed to do. You can't take Thor too seriously. They try to make it too much like a Greek tragedy, and you couldn't.
And Tim Roth was the villain in the Hulk movie.
Right. He was the whatever guy.
Yeah.
Fun fact I just noticed. So Sam Neill was the Odin actor. Frickin' Matt Damon was the Loki actor. I did not pick up on that at all.
Yes, I actually didn't at first. My friend had to tell me because she kept being like, Matt Damon cameo. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, what is she talking about? Oh, Loki. Okay. That scene, yeah, basically, not really a spoiler, Char, there's basically a scene that's just it's a poorly written Greek tragedy of Loki's death in the second movie, and it's amazing. it's a really funny scene.
Oh, Loki, you were always my favorite son. It's like, yes, that's exactly how it went.
Yeah, oh, jeez. It's pretty good. I think you would really like it, Char. I don't want to spoil too much of it, but I think you would really like it.
You would
it's no longer in cinemas over here, so I have to wait.
Oh.
Yeah.
Darn.
I think because it came out early, I believe. That's why.
No, that's probably true.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I finished Yakuza 0.
Oh, nice.
And...
For Final Verdict?
You guys know how much I love Persona 5, right? And how I...
Oh, yeah. Oh, we know.
Yeah. I don't know if I understand the depth of your appreciation for it, but I do know that it is deep.
Oh, and I also got the collector's edition of the Persona 5 game, which is cool. I just got that.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Comes with a plush and art book and music and a nice box. Anyways, so when I finished Persona 5, I was saying like... I don't think there'll be any other game that comes close to being as good as this year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm rethinking that now after playing Yakuza 0. Because there's just something about that game, and after finishing it, I just felt a little empty inside.
Oh, no.
That kind of feeling.
Yeah. Like, it's over.
Yeah. Man, I just love the characters and the writing and the story, and... It's so good. And it's not like a happy ending and all that as well.
Oh, wow. Brutal.
Yeah. It's not like a super, like, brutal ending or anything, but it's like... It's not the ending that, it will be the nice one, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, Yakuza 0 is a fucking good game. And I tried playing The Last of Us. I tried going into that. And I was like, this stealth part is really annoying me. And
oh no, don't say that too loudly. The
That's
fanboys
most of
will
the
attack
game.
you.
That's most of the game, I know. But it's like, I don't know, it just feels tacked on. Doesn't feel very well thought out. Like the stealth parts. Yeah.
Why? Why did you say that?
I don't know how... I need to replay it, and maybe, hopefully I can come up with a better opinion, but for now it's just like it made me stop, and I am now starting Yakuza Kiwami, which is the remake of the first game. I was like, I need more Yakuza in my life. So yeah, that's the thing.
Oh dear.
Yeah, but I know I'm not supposed to say anything bad about The Last of Us, apparently.
Oh no, that's like
so the best game ever made or whatever.
Obviously. I actually never played it either.
It could also be that. It could also
play.
be like, oh, it's the best game ever made, and I'll be playing it, and it's like, I don't really think so.
Yeah. I haven't
Yeah,
actually played it, but the stuff looked okay to me because it seemed like there was a recon phase, a like initial attack phase, and then an oh shit phase, and that's kind of how every encounter goes.
The stealth when the enemies are humans, okay, that's pretty fun. I don't like the stealth when the enemies are the zombies.
The clickers.
The clickers, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just find them a bit annoying.
I don't remember the differences. I guess echolocation versus not.
I think so.
So yeah, that was what I did.
I actually started a new game. I'm going to put it up on my channel, actually. I know, Sarah's playing games and putting on her channel. What? It's Jotun? It's
Oh,
that...
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. I had in my library and I was like, oh, this has been highly rated. Oh, it looks really pretty. I think I got it when it was for free at one point.
Yeah,
it was like part of a Humble Bundle or something. I
was
forget.
Just like,
I remember.
Cause they came out with a new game. So they're like, old one's free now.
That's, I think, what it was. Yeah, they haven't, because the beginning screen keeps telling me to buy the new game, and I'm like, I haven't played this one. Anyway, I have not gotten very far in it, but what I have seen so far, it's, number one, absolutely gorgeous. The animation it's hand-drawn, cartoon-like animation on, like, painted backgrounds, and my gosh, it's gorgeous. Every single thing is just, the characters and stuff like that are so well done. What's interesting is the voice acting. I don't know if it's like a made-up Norse language or if it is a Norse language. I don't know, because I know nothing about Scandinavian languages, and so I couldn't really say. But the person who's voice acting it does a great job of, just the cadence of her voice is very nice. Because the main character it's your female Viking, trying to prove yourself to the gods because you died. Because, yeah, that happens. As far as the gameplay, I enjoy the gameplay. I've only gone through, like, 2 levels, and it's just basically exploration with each level has their own hazards. So the first level, the only true hazards were these poison clouds you had to avoid, and these vines that could attack you.
That was annoying, the poison cloud ones.
Yeah, the poison clouds were not fun. The second one I just went through, I've only been through one part. It's a 2-parter. I think it's Heimdall's realm, where you have to worry about falling rocks and shooting geysers and going through vines and stuff like that. Which is what it is. But the only complaint I have right now is your character, as far as your movements, are pretty slow. Like, your attack and your rolls, in my opinion, are not fast enough. Especially the rolls. Like, I feel like you roll fast and then you get up. Like, the getting up animation is really slow to me.
Yeah, you gotta calculate everything. I actually played it a bit. Dark Souls, whatever.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I didn't even think about that. I don't think it's I don't think it's that hard as Dark Souls. I mean, I'm not great at it. It took me a while to get some of the bosses, but I didn't think it was as bad as Dark Souls. But maybe that's just me. But yeah, the one thing they do, which is really nice, because you have a heavy attack and a normal attack, and you can get out of the heavy attack if you roll. Like, you can stop at any time. You're not stuck with it, which is really nice, because not enough games do that. It really bugs me. But I don't know. Otherwise, I'm quite enjoying it right now.
Okay. And
I'm hoping to continue further with it. So it's good. I don't know if it's Jotun or Jotun, and I don't know how to pronounce the Guggenheim place that you go to. I believe
it's Jotun, or I know the J is a Y. I know that for sure. I don't know about the
Jotun,
tune or ton.
Your guess is as good as mine. But anyway, it's pretty fun so far, so I'll continue.
That kind of reminds me. There's a Kickstarter going on right now, and I can't pronounce it. It's like Truberbrook. It's spelled T-R-U with an umlaut, B-E-R, B-R-O-O-K.
Is this the one where you shared on the group?
Did I?
I think so.
Probably. It's completely handmade. It looks gorgeous. Like, it's completely, like, if you ever seen, like, Coraline or something like that, it's like that. Yeah. Like, complete handmade stop-start motion.
Dang.
So, I really want to succeed, but I'm not going to back it, because the lowest level for the game is still £25, which is a little high for me, or euros, 25 euros. And the last game I backed, because of the aesthetic, was Army Krog, and it was not good. So I'm gonna sit this one out, but I do want it to get made. It's the same people that made Army
Krog?
I don't think it's not the same people.
Oh,
no, he's just saying in general the last time.
Yeah, because it's because it was a claymation game. I don't think this is claymation per se, but same kind of deal.
Yeah, I am now, ever since my bad experience also with this game is still being made. It's just stuck in development hell that I backed because I thought it looked really, really good, and it was by people who love the same games that I do. And now I'm kind of regretting backing it. A, because it's taking a long time, but B, one of the main reasons it was.
Call it out?
Gosh, what?
Is it Tug or something like that?
No, it's not that. I'm trying to remember what it was called. Let me see if I can find an email that explains to me the Kickstarter. But excuse me. But this game, the only reason I kind of call it out for that is just because it. I don't know. Hold on. Let me see if I can find the game. I'm just looking up a Kickstarter emails because that will tell me. No, that's not it. Yeah, Exogenesis, Perils of Rebirth. That's the name of the game, and I backed it. Because it it was by the people who were making it were people who, it was also done during the time when the third Xeriscape game was on hiatus, and so my heart was broken. So I was desperate. I was so desperate. And these people promised, they're like, we love Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney and the Xeriscape series. We want to make a game that combines those elements. And I went,
this one, yeah.
That sounds wonderful. I want to try this out. And some of the ways they want to do the dialogue choices I thought was really cool. And so I backed it. I forgot how much money I put down. It might have been between it was definitely more than 15, but less than 30. I don't remember how much I backed. And so, they promised it would be out within 2 years. It was very ambitious. And I thought, they seemed to have a good thing going. But then they ran into some development issues. I think they were trying to port to Unity, but the coders they had were complete garbage and were not doing the work. And so they'd set them back for months and months and months. Anyway, they're now back on track, kind of. And they've but the problem is I think they've run out of money. And so they're not trying to say that. So they're just kind of trying to keep things moving. And the one thing that makes me kind of upset is one of the reasons I was really interested in this game was because they kind of promised it wasn't going to be perfect, but they promised a dialogue system where you had to be very careful what you said, or else you may not get certain party members. Because the whole idea is you want to try to get your old gang back together to try to find something to revive your sister, basically. And if you weren't careful with what you said and how the order of things you said, you could maybe never recruit them. And I found out a couple months ago that I guess enough people were so mad about this function that they took it away. So now apparently dialogue is just all streamlined. And there are choices, but there's not you don't have to be careful which dialogue options you pick. And I was like, oh, come on, whatever. Okay.
Talking about Ace Attorney Phoenix Wright. I think you heard about this. The new one is gonna be on the Switch.
Well, the thing is, they haven't said if it's a new one or if it's... I don't think they have. I checked, it was... Oh, did they officially announce? Because last I checked, they don't know what it's gonna be. They just know there's something Phoenix Wright related for the Switch.
It's not announced yet? Article, oh, it's a rumor. Yeah.
Yeah, the article I read said it could be just a port of revamp, basically.
The rumor is it's a new one.
Yeah, the thing I read said that they
alongside past entries.
Okay, so yeah, we'll see. I'm hoping it's just a revamp. Although my brother's thinking of getting a Switch, so I guess I'll just steal his.
And I read somewhere else that it's also the rumor is also it's gonna be on mobile apparently.
Interesting.
Yeah. If it is, I don't need to buy a Switch. So
yeah, exactly. That'll be easier. But at the same time, I don't know. There's just something about the 3DS or even the DS.
The DS, yeah.
It just feels so nice.
The dual screen thing is it's part of the experience now.
It really is, and the stylus and. Phoenix Wright. Also, the main thing I love about Phoenix Wright is it's the only game that has, the best, in my opinion, kind of functionality, because you can use the stylus for everything, or you can use the touchpad or you can use the buttons for everything. Because most games you either have to use the stylus or you have to, whatever. But this one, because of how easy it is, they have it, you can do either. So you can be as lazy as you want. It's great. Phoenix Wright is awesome. If you haven't played it yet, you need to play it today.
No.
Yes! You must understand, my love.
If I had a 3DS, I would.
Good.
You have a DS. Enough, I guess. You can play the first 4.
DS. Oh. Can I get them real low cheap?
Yeah.
Hopefully. You can play the Phoenix Wright trilogy and then the 4th one with what's his name? What's his name?
Apollo Justice.
Apollo Justice. And you can also play the Miles Edgeworth #1, right? That was localized. Yes, you can. Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me. I haven't played it yet. I haven't played it yet, but I did, because I don't know if you guys knew about this. So there was a second Miles Edgeworth game, but it did not get localized in the United States, because I guess they thought it wouldn't do well, which a lot of us went, okay, whatever.
Yeah, it's Miles Edgeworth, yeah.
It's Miles Edgeworth.
To be fair, it's not as good as the mainline games.
It's not. No, to be fair, the first Miles Edgeworth game was not that good. Yeah. I think it's probably my least favorite game in the series.
Yeah, probably, same.
It's really... And that last case was so... I've never felt this is too long. That case I felt was too long. It's the longest last case in the history of Ace Attorney. Anyway... but they made a second one. Well, this was made years ago, but there was a big project for people to do fan translation, and they did come out with a fan translation, I think 3 years ago. And so you can
play it on a DS emulator?
Yes, you can. I just got it. So
you're gonna send me the link of this, right?
I will.
Okay. I'll be playing on my phone. There's just something about Ace Attorney games and like on the go. There's something about it. Yeah.
It's very nice. It's very pleasant because it's not hard, but it's so nice. But yeah, so I don't know. I don't think I'm going to do a Let's Play of it. It's kind of hard to do a Let's Play of a Phoenix Wright game, but I will.
But
it's something that's probably better for. Okay, I did it once. That was with my brother, though. That was like when I wasn't by myself. I'm not sure if I could do it by myself, so I don't know. But it's, anyway, I haven't started it yet, because I wasn't sure how I wanted to do that, but I do have it. So I have heard, because I did have a friend who did play it a while ago, like when it first came out, because I take forever to play games, as you all know. And he told me it was actually quite good, because I think it talks more about his father and his past with his father. Oh. So, which Gregory Edgeworth is always a great person to talk about. So, yeah. I'm pretty excited about that. I remember not the reviews, like the preview is all about like, is he doing the path of the prosecutor or of the lawyer? And I don't think it's anything as dramatic as that, but I think you get to play as his dad. I think that's like the 4th special case. So, crossing my fingers, it's good, but we'll see. So that's my exciting also thing for that.
Nice. Anything else, Fo?
I would like to plug something that I watched. So it's I don't think I talked about this. Yeah, because I missed last week. In the last, 2 weeks, I've watched this thing 5 times. It's an hour-long play on YouTube. You can find it by searching, Peter Pan Goes Wrong. And the idea is, it's a group of people who do a play of Peter Pan, but everything goes wrong.
I just heard about this the other week.
So funny. I'm gonna watch it again. It's just good. A good example of something going wrong would be because things go wrong, but the show must go on. So they don't really acknowledge it all the time. The children are sleeping in their triple bunk bed, and it's Mother, can anything hurt us when the nightlight is on? No, my children, nothing can hurt you. And the bed just collapses and crushes 2 of them. It's are you tucked in, Michael? Ah!
It's a play?
It's a live play, and they recorded it.
It's a live spoof play. It's all on purpose.
Yes.
All the things that go wrong. Yeah, because I've heard about this. It's all on purpose,
nice.
But it's, of course, really funny.
And it's fairly new.
Yeah. It was last year or 2.
Will premiere December 2013.
13? Okay, maybe a little older than I thought, but yes.
Well, yeah.
It's not super old.
Well, it's funny you're mentioning it because I literally just heard about it, I think, about 2 to 3 weeks ago. When I was doing my own play, some theater kids, that I was with were like, oh yeah, there's, they were talking exactly like that. They were like, oh, this is really funny. I think they've done other stuff, or I don't know. I just know about that one. Before they did that, they did something that was not recorded called, The Play Where Everything Goes Wrong, or something like that. Yeah, I think that's what it was, yeah.
And that did, that toured around the UK.
Yeah.
So yeah, watch that. Everybody should watch that. You will not be disappointed.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Where did you watch this?
I watched it on YouTube. I don't know how I heard about it, though.
Okay. Because when I Googled it, I saw it on YouTube, so I was just wondering if it's that.
Yeah, I just used a YouTube link. It's not, sped up or anything. As far as I can tell, it's, the official recording.
Nice. I'm gonna watch that.
Nice.
It's only a 1-hour thing, so it's just nice.
It's fairly minimal time commitment. The Punisher came out today on Netflix, so I will probably give that a shot.
I'll probably watch that.
The one thing I've heard about it is that it doesn't really tie in with the Marvel Universe, which is fine.
That's fine.
I'm here for the Punisher. So as long as you have that, that's what I'm here for.
Honestly, I think that's not a bad thing, because Marvel Universe is going to get so bloated soon. I don't think it's a bad idea just to have spin-offs. We can't, I don't care if it connects the main storyline, whatever. I just want to see the show, Cameos are fun, but they don't need to be. I don't know how many of these things that they're doing. For example, I don't know this, but the Runaways, the Hulu one, I don't know if that one's going to be tied to MCU at all, but,
yeah, I've heard Inhumans has gotten terrible reviews. I don't think it's tied in either.
Okay. Which is fine.
Sure.
Let them be standalones.
Because the risk when you spread too wide is then you don't flesh anything out well enough.
Exactly. And also,
what might happen
in my
with
opinion,
Justice League. We'll see.
I have heard horrible. I haven't seen it, but I've heard horrible things about it.
I've heard a few kind of bad things about it.
Yeah.
It's probably.
I was oh, come on.
Can it be worse than Batman vs Superman though?
I don't know.
I haven't heard anything that bad.
Yeah, I don't think it's as bad as that. I just think it wasn't good.
It's probably not good.
Yeah.
DC, I don't think DC can recover from this. They probably need to take a break for a few years, plan everything out.
Yeah.
But they're not going to do that.
The movies are legitimately bad, but do you think it's exacerbated by being in Marvel's shadow? Like,
yes.
They're always being compared.
I think so, yeah.
That, but I think the biggest issue with it being compared by Marvel is exactly why they're in this position. Because the reason Marvel worked was because they had the standalone movies beforehand and then put them together, right?
Yeah.
They kind of took their time. These
guys
DC's
like,
doing
nope, Batman vs Superman straight away.
They try to do it straight away, and it's like, don't stop, calm down. It's okay, like don't.
And then
how
are we gonna introduce all the characters? Oh, through one scene where they go through freaking files on the computer. I was like, is this seriously how they're gonna do it? When I was watching this,
well, because look what happened. I mean, okay, Man of Steel was all right. Okay, I admit that. But like, look what happened when they just took their time and did a standalone story, a la Wonder Woman. It was great. They did a good job. To be fair, I think Wonder Woman had a lot of things going right for it. You know, they had a female director and all that kind of stuff, and so it was really
and it was different.
It was fresh.
Is it was different, right? Is it the first female superhero movie?
I don't know if it's no, not technically
in the
first
current
one.
generation.
Current generation.
In the current generation, yes, it technically
because
is.
I was
There's
reading,
been a Catwoman. There's been
there's a rumor that there was a rumor that Black Widow is gonna get a movie, and I'm like, Black Widow is not really that interesting.
I don't want to see that.
And Scarlett Johansson is also not that interesting.
I like Scarlett Johansson. Her last few movies have done very poorly, though.
Yes, they have.
You talking about Ghost in the Shell?
Ghost in the Shell, and there was one called was it Girls' Night?
It was Girls' Night Out kind of thing. Yeah.
I saw Girls' Night. It was a fine movie. It was nothing wrong with it, really. It was okay.
Oh, really?
It wasn't bad.
I never saw it. To me, I was like,
it didn't get advertised at all. Like,
yeah.
I only saw it because I don't even remember why. I think there's like literally nothing else in the theater, and we're like waiting for something. So like, we have a few hours to kill, so we'll see this random movie, and it was okay.
Oh, okay. Nice. That reminds me. Talk about random movie. I completely forgot. So this is not about MCU. I apologize. I'm moving on. But guess what other movie I happened to see recently? The Foreigner.
I want to see The Foreigner.
Yeah, it was surprisingly good. I didn't think I would like it.
Is it Jackie Chan but the Taken? Is that what it is?
It's the Jackie Chan movie, but it's not. It's not very different.
Oh.
It's very different. So the premise of the movie is that Jackie Chan, he's technically an immigrant from. They never make this clear, but he's an immigrant from He's an immigrant from Vietnam, but they call him the Chinaman because racism.
Racism.
Although to be fair to them, The Foreigner is based off a book that was written in like the 1990s. So yay. So I think they were just taking from that, but there's still no excuse for it. Anyway, so that's what it was called in the book. Anyway, because he has a past with the Vietnam War. That's what's important.
I see.
So he immigrated to the United States, and he has his one daughter, and his daughter is killed in a terrorist attack that's related to the Northern Irish, the IRA, the Irish rebellion. It's the North Ireland trying to rebel against the UK and stuff. So Jackie Chan's character wants to figure out why she was killed, and there's a whole side political plot. So if you're looking for just Jackie Chan beats people up, this probably isn't the movie for you because he's not on the screen all the time. And in fact,
he's also quite old now.
He's quite old, and he doesn't always just beat people up. A lot of the stuff he does is more subtle, like he makes explosives. So the first time you see him do anything, he's making basically a handmade bile rocker explosion in a bathroom that takes out half the block kind of thing. And
because it's like a retired special forces or something.
He kind of basically, he was I forget how they explain, but he was in the Vietnam War, but he was also, I think, a turncoat for the Vietnam War. He worked for the Americans at one version. So it's whoa. And it kind of has nothing to lose. It's really sad because he also his character looks dead throughout the entire film. He has no life in his eyes. It's kind of creepy. And if it weren't for the fact that but it works. It works really well. It's just creepy. And if it weren't for the fact that if it weren't for the fact that what he's doing, technically basically there's a person at part of in Northern Ireland and the government there that he thinks knows what's going on, And so he's basically pressuring him by threatening him by doing things like setting off explosives in his office and stuff like that to try to pressure him to give up the information. And if it weren't for the fact that you want to support Jackie Chan, this would be a horror film. Because Jackie Chan is scary. Because he, like, jumps out of people and grabs them. He sets explosives that suddenly go off and stuff like that. And you're just like, what? What?
That just made me want to see a Predator movie where the Predator is Jackie Chan.
Oh my gosh, I would see that movie. I would see that movie today. Because that's basically what this movie was. It was so funny. Anyway.
They'll probably underestimate the Predatorverse because it's probably like a smaller version, but it's like the deadliest one because the Predator knows Kung Fu, so yeah.
But yeah, it's a trip. So I would, and the thing that's really creepy about this, and I had to read an article because I was like, Jackie Chan, are you okay? Because throughout the movie, he does get beat up. Now, he wins, but he does get beat up, and he also, like, when his character's just walking around, he kind of hobbles. And I read in the article that he did that. That was, I mean, he's just a good actor. He was like, yeah, he's an older guy, and so I did it that way. You know, he's very strong and he's very fast and efficient, but you know, this is how he walks, and so he's just really good at doing that. And so that was kind of
now
scary.
I want to see Jackie Chan cosplaying as a Predator doing drunken boxing.
Oh my god!
I want to see that.
Why isn't this
now
not a thing?
I want to see Jackie Chan cosplaying as Captain Jack Sparrow doing drunken boxing.
Oh my gosh! Yes. So anyway, it was pretty good. Again, if you're looking for just Jackie Chan beats people up, skip this movie. But if you're interested in kind of the political drama a little bit,
it's like a thriller.
As I
it's
also
basically
jokingly call it. I jokingly call it Jackie Chan and the Love Square because there is a love square in the movie, not a joke. And if you add Jackie Chan to it, it's a love pentagon. I'm not saying he's actually in the love square, but there's like one scene with one of the characters that's like affectionate. Not like romantically at all, it's just best buds, but it's kind of funny how it is. So, anyway, it's Jackie Chan the Love Square is basically what the foreigner is. So, yeah.
And also,
have at it.
It's not like Jackie Chan haven't cosplayed before. He played Chun-Li before, so...
That was amazing.
I love that show.
I remember that.
I love that movie. Yeah. Such a good movie. It's probably bad, but it's such a good movie.
So bad, so good?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I forgot. I saw The Foreigner. That was cool.
Yeah.
I'm jealous. Random small note. Have any of you heard of a movie called, is it Garm Wars: The Last Druid?
I don't think so.
It came out in 2014. It's a movie. It's a Canadian movie.
Japanese?
Yes.
Okay.
It's on YouTube as well. I watched a lot of random movies on YouTube. I watched like Curl, and I watched Garm Wars, and I watched random sci-fi movies. Well, Peter Pan's not sci-fi, but you know what I mean. It's weird.
Peter Pan is sci-fi.
It's kind of worth watching because it had a massive budget for CGI, but didn't follow the story at all. Not that I tried very hard, but
was it difficult
I could not
to follow?
tell you what happened. I believe it's difficult to follow because it's one of those fantasy things where it's like, you know what's creative? Really intricate political workings, and we'll make up a different word for everybody.
Oh.
Do you know who the director is?
Mamoru Oshii.
He's the guy that freaking directed the Ghost in the Shell animated stuff.
Oh.
Oh, that would explain a lot.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
That explains a lot.
Also, he was also director of Pet Labor, which sounds familiar.
Bat labor or fat labor? What'd you say?
Yeah, either way, it's really funny, but I don't know which is what it's supposed to be.
Mobile Police, Pet Labor, Pat.
Oh,
Pat.
Labor. I see.
They're both wrong.
I think I watched an old anime of this before. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Jinro, the Wolf Brigade. That looks like a scene from the movie almost.
This Pet Labor, I think this guy gets into this mech suit, and the mech suit kind of have ears, and it looks like
I see it.
You remember when Gordon was like in that Batman's mech suit? It has like ears.
Yes.
Yeah, it looks like that.
It actually doesn't look... I'm looking at his movies now. Pat Labor looks a little weird. But some of them look really cool and dark, like The Red Spectacles. Or Assault Girls looks like he tried to do Sucker Punch.
Oh.
Talking Head. He did a Halo Legends movie, apparently. There's some cool stuff on here.
Halo?
This is Halo Legends 2010.
Oh, short film. Okay, then. Oh, he's co-planner for Blood Plus. I watched Blood Plus. Was it Blood Plus or...
I was told to watch Blood Plus. I don't remember getting very far.
There's an anime, and then there was a movie that came before it.
Oh, okay. I didn't watch the movie.
He was co-planner for both the movie and the series. I'm pretty sure I watched the series.
Yeah, because I watched part of the series, and I remember I was like, "What's going on?" Because my brother and I used to watch it when it would air late at night, because we were like, "Oh, this is really interesting." But then we felt like we were missing something. We found out later that there was a movie that had been made before that kind of explained a bit of it kind of explains a bit of the backstory that the series takes place in.
That's the really gory.
Yes.
Vampire Hunter,
it's the
which
really
is a
gory
schoolgirl,
vampire
right?
one. Yeah, yep. It's basically there's a schoolgirl that she finds out that she's like repressed her memories and basically vampires are coming to attack, or like, you know, evil demon beings, and she's basically a vampire, and so she unlocks her ability and then kind of has at it. And she has a servant basically that helps her and stuff like that. He carries a coffin with him all the time. It's her attractive butler, basically.
Oh yeah, and final things. When I saw Thor, I saw 2 trailers. For the first time for each trailer. Black Panther looks amazing.
I'm so excited.
It looks super good.
Excited. It's so good.
I'm looking forward to that.
Is it the same trailer as a new one?
I don't know.
It might be. I haven't seen.
Probably is.
Yeah, it probably is. But I'm so excited for Black Panther. Anyway.
It was a very well made trailer. And the other trailer was Jumanji 2, which was terrible. I didn't realize that they were doing the route of like kids in a video game adult body. Like, what is that? That's crazy.
Oh, you didn't realize that? Oh, I could have told you that a while ago. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know, but I hadn't seen any trailers yet.
Oh, I didn't know you didn't know that.
The premise is 4 high school kids find a video game, and they choose their characters just by name only, and then the game pulls them in and drops them into Jumanji. So, like, high school kid brain is in The Rock's body.
Yeah.
That's a
like
good
face.
movie.
No.
Okay, but like the teenage blonde chick is in Jack Black. Is it Jack Black? Is that who that guy is?
Yes.
Yeah, is in Jack Black's body, and like that alone is just worth it.
The jock is in Kevin Hart, and then the Velma nerdy sexy girl is in
Karen
what's her name from
Gillan.
Doctor Who? Karen Gillan. Karen Gillan.
Yep. I'm
And
pretty
they all
sure
have
it's gonna be awful.
superpowers.
Yes.
They all have like a special video game move.
Yeah.
Like
So it's a video game. It's not a board game anymore.
Right, exactly.
I see.
And there's like helicopters and motorcycles. Like there's like vehicles. Like they're in Jumanji doing stuff. I don't know. I'm completely off board now, though. I'm not going to see it anymore.
I didn't know you didn't know that, because I knew that for a while. Oh, shoot. I knew that for a while, and so I could have told you. Sorry. But yeah, I think it's going to be awful, but it still looks really funny. It's more of
I'll probably not watch it in the cinema, I think.
No, I'm not going to.
I'll probably see it eventually.
Yeah. Well, classic, I guess. I think they referenced the first one, though, because I think the brainy kid that's The Rock, I think he knows of the game, because it looks like they reference in the beginning of the trailer. So I think that's also part of it. He knows that game, but the rest of them don't, I think. I don't know. It's like Breakfast Club meets, freaking Code Lyoko.
It's just
Code Lyoko, actually.
Right. Actually, right. It's funny, because when the trailer for Jumanji 2 started, I thought they were doing a reboot of Breakfast Club.
Yeah, I did too.
Because it had the exact same cliches, like for some like the music or whatever. Maybe like this is a Ron Howard film. I was just like, this is what this is. It's like, oh, holy crap, it's Jumanji. Oh no, oh no.
Exactly. You know what I also thought was a Breakfast Club remake though, and wasn't the new Power Rangers movie. I never saw it, but like the beginning of it, I was like, what is this, Breakfast? Oh, never mind. Everything looks like Breakfast Club.
I heard they are working on a new one, which I don't want to see. It's worth watching.
Okay.
It's a classic. I just know.
I know all of it.
I actually like it. I don't like 16 Candles, but I do like Breakfast Club.
I liked Heathers. I saw that
I haven't seen that.
ago. Heathers is surprise. It's like a really dark Mean Girls, like very like dark. It's more like a sadistic Mean Girls, but it's the main reason I ended up watching it is because they made a musical of it not too long ago, and it's different. Like the musical's a little different from the film. But I was like, because Heathers is on Netflix. I was like, oh well, I like the musical. I like the music. I should just watch the movie, and it was different, but I still liked it. I could see why people who were fans of the movie hated Heathers the musical, only because they changed some things. But because I saw the musical first, I like them both. So anyway, old classic. Winona Ryder is the main character, and she's great. So there's always that.
So yeah,
nice.
Get to some news.
Yeah, I think it's about time.
we have ranted on random things for a while.
I'm just gonna basically shoot out a bunch of like things that's not really big, but you guys know the game Titan Quest?
I've heard of it. I've never played it though.
Yeah, so it's an old action RPG that was made by the same people who made Grim Dawn, and there's a new.
I've played it.
There's a new expansion for it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. Maybe because it's still quite popular.
Interesting. It seemed really rough when I played it.
Actually, a Grim Dawn expansion came out a few weeks ago, and then now there's this called Titan Quest Ragnarok, which is a new DLC expansion thing. Yeah, so that's a thing. Noire is having a remake.
What?
Not remake. It's remaster, re-release for all the new like Switch and the PS4. Blah blah blah.
Wow.
They changed.
I actually never. Yeah.
They changed something.
They did what they changed. I'm curious.
So, anybody played Noire before?
I never finished it, but I played enough to know the game mechanics. So
you can choose truth, doubt, and something else, right?
Yes, true. It basically like
lie.
If you believe they're telling the truth, truth, doubt, and lie. Yeah, basically, true is that you believe what they said.
So now it's lie. Lie is still a thing, but truth and doubt is now good cop, bad cop.
They just changed the wording?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That's weird. What the heck? I mean, I guess the whole truth, doubt, and lie was still weird, because basically the difference in case...
Because it was like, I'm gonna press doubt, and the character will say just something like out of left field or something, right?
Yeah, well, but what it was supposed to... Actually, here's the best way to explain it, actually, that you would understand, Shar. Truth was basically accepting that what they said was true. Yeah. Doubt was like pressing press in Phoenix Wright, and lie
but
was
it's way worse than press.
Objection. Yeah, well, I know. But what's worse is that you can't take it back, because there's only one right choice. It's not that you get to press it and then object. It's so basically
true? I thought I watched a Let's Play recently where they just doubted all the time. Like, because doubt was basically like, get more information, and then you could choose again.
Really? I didn't get that impression at all.
I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
I mean, that's how press works in Phoenix Wright, but I believe in this game it was actually more of, do you believe the statement? Because the whole thing was visual cues. You're supposed to tell their visual cues whether they were lying to you. So doubt was actually supposed to be like, I don't have any evidence, but I don't think you're telling the truth. And lie was supposed to be like, basically doing objection. Like, I have evidence that you're not telling the truth. And so that was the whole thing, but good God, bad cop, what the heck?
Yeah. So
yeah, because that was basically that's probably why they said some things out of left field, because if they were obviously telling the truth or obviously lying, it was a really dumb choice to make. But you were supposed to choose it if like their facial tics went off, and so
it was so difficult, that game.
It was really hard.
It's a really hard game.
Yeah.
But it was cool to see like, I know this actor.
Yes, that
cool
was pretty cool.
Yeah. THQ Nordic bought Experiment 101, the guys who are making Biomutant. I don't know why. So that's all the small things, I guess. Anything to bring up? You guys got anything to bring up?
Did you have some stuff, though?
I have one thing that's kind of more of okay, let's say. What do you guys think about Players Unknown Battleground being a candidate for Game of the Year?
Golden Joysticks Award?
Is that... I don't know which Game of the Year. I just think it just seems weird for a game that's in early access to be considered as a Game of the Year.
That's why I've never heard of it. I was like, what is this game? Should I have known this game?
It's PUBG.
It's PUBG.
PUBG.
Got it.
You've heard of it, right? Okay.
Yeah, I've heard it. Yeah, now I have, but I'm not super familiar.
I mean, other issues I have with the game aside, it is undeniably very popular, and I would even probably concede there's enough content there to make it comparable to other games of the year. But semantically, it seems really wrong to me to consider a game that is, by its own admission, not done.
Yeah, that's weird. Nah.
It's like, this demo gets Game of the Year!
Yeah, no. Have a demo of the year
like
award,
all those,
maybe.
Sure, that'd be fine.
Isn't that this huge indie game award thing? And they always give out awards to games that are not done yet. Fez won so many, right?
Oh, I haven't heard of that.
Gosh, maybe.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Poor Fez.
Yeah. Fez won best game on the show floor or whatever. And it was like a few years before it was finished.
Yeah.
That category is broad enough that might be okay.
That is a broad enough category. Yeah, best like on the game
Is it
floor,
okay for indie games to win something similar?
If you have a thing as best indie game of the year, that game should be done.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely. Well, especially since, like, okay, listen, I know it's hard to make an indie game. I get it. At the same time, I feel like there's this weird, it's so people, like, start making a game and then burn out and never finish it, and I really feel like, no, if you want this award, finish the freaking game, you know? I don't know, that's just my opinion on it. I get it, it's hard, but, like, you wouldn't do that for an incomplete. We wouldn't be giving like those things to AAA games if they're incomplete. I don't think we should be setting that. I mean, I don't think that should be the low standard we set for indie games. Like indie games have their own category, but
what was their criteria to get PUBG in?
That's a good question. Popularity. Maybe it was like a poll. Yeah, I have no idea.
A poll. It could be.
I have no idea.
Golden joysticks do use polls. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Would you be okay if... Remember when the latest Batman Arkham game came out, Arkham Knight? It was like very incomplete and stuff. A lot of bugs and needed a lot of fixing.
I mean, I think it's okay to have that game be nominated. I think it'd be a shame if it won.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I don't know. That's because then you also get in the question of like what about what if they force DLC you need to download? Does that make it a finished game?
Yeah, like right now, to the best of my knowledge, if you took a snapshot of PUBG and they said, "Hey, we're releasing this as a game," then like that's fine. Like then you can nominate it for best game of the year. Like it's not so much the quality of the game; it's more just like I don't know the artist's
integrity,
progress of dream completion. I don't know. Yeah.
It's not complete,
I don't know how to articulate
so why
it well.
is it... Yeah.
I do find it weird. I'll give you that.
It's weird. It's kind of like when President Obama won the Nobel Peace Prize and he wasn't quite president yet. That was really weird.
That was a little weird.
Yeah, it's like weird like that weird. Like, guys.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're talking about Golden Joystick Awards.
Could be.
Yeah, because it just finished. Zero Dawn won, Cuphead won, Breath of the Wild.
Those are good games to win.
Yeah, those are. Yeah, they deserve it. I haven't played Cuphead.
Ashley Birch won Best Performance for Horizon Zero Dawn. What's her name?
I didn't know she was in that.
Yeah, she's the main character. Yeah.
Oh wow! Awesome.
I'm looking
Ashley
at PUBG.
Birch. For some reason, I really like Ashley Birch, but for some reason, I think if I knew anything more about her, I'd probably find her really obnoxious. I don't know why I have that impression, but I do.
I think
so I'm just gonna continue liking her a lot for now.
Do you think it's because of the brother?
What's up with the brother?
I don't know. I'd see like a lot of people not liking him.
Oh, interesting. I don't know anything. I know who the brother is because of their joint YouTube channel they had for a while, but I don't know anything about them as people.
PC Game of the Year, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. They won.
Oh no!
Yeah.
It's all a sham. It's a lie. It's a scam. Nothing means anything.
And it's like Blake Shelton winning Sexiest Man of the Year. So whatever. That was so funny.
Final Fantasy made it into the Hall of Fame, and Lifetime Achievement Award went to Sid Meier.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Sure, I'm fine with that. He seems like he deserves it, I guess.
Yeah. And ultimate game of the year is Breath of the Wild. I actually played Breath of the Wild a bit.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. And I was like, I've never played any Zelda games before, but this one I really like.
Yeah.
That's just the whole exploration part and all. It's just fun.
Yeah. I did try it actually at one point. I borrowed someone's Switch and tried it out, and I think I was just plopped into their save file and start from the beginning, so I didn't really feel like it. And it wasn't bad. I could see getting really wrapped up into it though. I was pretty interested in the story, especially since it seems to be like a lot of amnesia kind of stuff. So I'm curious to see where it goes. But I'm not getting it anytime soon, so I won't know.
Yeah.
What else, Fo? Did you want to bring something else
I think the other thing, as I believe what you are about to bring up,
is that thing, isn't it?
It's that thing.
It's the thing.
Start the thing. Explain the thing.
Microtransactions.
It sounds at the beginning of a scream. Yeah!
Yeah. Yeah. So EA removed microtransactions from Battlefront 2. But
what? Say that louder.
EA removed microtransactions from Battlefront 2. But
has hell frozen over, folks?
It's going to be coming back. Okay, so don't. It's going to be coming back.
So it means nothing.
It means nothing, and basically a lot of people are basically just saying, they're just gonna get like a lot of players in, and then bring the stuff back. Maybe just in time for Christmas. Yeah.
Just get a bunch of kiddies in, and then their parents buy them, in-game stuff for Christmas or whatever.
What was the exact backlash with the? I mean, we all hate microtransactions.
Because it's basically pay to win. Very grindy and very pay to win. And
got it.
Even without microtransactions, it's still like a bad game because of the way the progression system is set up.
People made spreadsheets of how long you need to play to like unlock, I don't know, hero or whatever, and it's like, I don't know, triple digits hours.
Jesus.
Something like that.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Because people were saying like a few thousand, yeah. Oh no, I can't remember. I'm mixing up the dollars and the hours now. I don't know, but it was but it's like, way longer than you spend in a year.
Oh, if you want to unlock everything, I think you need to spend 4,000 hours. I think that is the number.
Jeez.
Or $2,500. Something like that, I believe.
Yikes.
Also, the game...
And that number's an average, right? 2,500, because it's random. So you don't even be guaranteed to get everything with that amount of money.
Yeah, loot boxes.
Totally forgot. Loot boxes. Yeah. Not gambling.
Not gambling.
No.
Oh, EA said it's not gambling, so it's not.
Oh, okay. I'm glad EA said it's not
cleared
gambling.
up then.
Yeah.
I'm glad we're good.
I was gonna say something. Oh yeah, you know how Battlefront and the first Battlefront and Battlefront 2, like, they have like hero things where if you do enough kills in a row or whatever, then you can become a hero. What?
I don't think Battlefront 1 has that actually. The first Battlefront 1.
Okay. Which Battlefront you talking about?
The first one.
The first one or the first reboot?
The first one.
Yeah, the first reboot.
Battlefront 1 Prime.
The first,
as far as I know,
the first reboot has that.
Okay, the first reboot does. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yes.
Yeah. So this one, the second one, also has that.
Because I've only ever played the first one, and I think I played Battlefront 2, the first one, a little bit.
Yeah, I played a better Battlefront 2 quite a bit. It was quite fun.
The better battle.
Battlefront. We got Battlefront 1 and Battlefront 2.
So better really Battlefront 2 actually.
Why didn't they give it a different name? Like they could have done Star Wars Battlefield. I mean, it's EA. They can do whatever they want.
So it's the name. They want to use the name, and
that's true.
Actually, I remember reading that Battlefront 2 on Steam and GOG now has like cross server support thing.
Oh, cool.
So I'm pretty sure if you have Battlefront 2, you can find games easily now, actually.
That's cool.
Yeah. I think it has some resurgence because, shitty Battlefront 2 is not. Also, so shitty Battlefront 1 has the hero things. In the shitty Battlefront 2, you can't even play as Vader or Luke Skywalker. You have to unlock them. Iconic characters.
For hundreds of hours for one. And if you're saving up to buy them, you're not buying the other upgrades, which are kind of like necessary to compete, because as you get upgrades for your characters, you become like, I guess, like, so you have card slots. And the difference between a level 1 card and a level 4 card is huge. And they have, like, huge effects. Like, this card enhances the aim assist on this character. So, like, you're just aiming better. Like, they make massive gameplay differences.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Good job, EA.
Also, like, even if it, like, microtransactions aside, like, even random progression aside, although not completely aside, I'm not a fan of games with, like, this game has what, like 48 different classes, and they each progress completely differently. Like, if I could progress like a whole faction at a time, or maybe like a whole subclass across all the factions at a time, but like doing each one completely separately, like, then I'd get so disincentivized to ever change class away from my best class, and then the game gets stale faster, and like it's just a bad pattern.
Just not good.
Yeah, stocks are going down as well.
Maybe they'll learn.
Yeah, they won't.
No.
They won't ever learn.
Yeah.
They'll just learn how to trick people better. Because, like, one of the things they did prior to removing microtransactions is, like, we hear you, and they reduced the amount of in-game currency it costs to buy people like Vader and Luke, but they didn't tell you they also reduced, like, the payout of the thing in the game.
Yeah.
Just this amount of time anyway.
Yeah. Listen, guys. EA is run by people who hate video games. Like,
Yeah.
I swear to God.
Yes.
EA's customers are the shareholders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just consumers. We're the pigs.
Yeah. We get the pig slaw and they get all the happy-go-lucky.
We just get the crumbs. We don't even get the crumbs.
All right.
Yeah.
Time for a communist revolution, guys. Let's
We-
go.
We just had to bring that up, I guess, because, you know.
Yeah. It would be
It'd be weird
What's
if
the
we
word?
didn't. Let's be
Yes.
honest.
Yeah,
Weird,
okay.
sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it would be weird.
remiss.
It was a good laugh, though.
Yes.
If we didn't bring it up, you'd think we were in the pocket of big EA.
Oh, jeez. Would you sell out EA if they paid you the big bucks?
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm sure I have a price, yeah, and they could.
Everybody has a price.
Afford it. Yeah.
At least we're all on the same page here.
At least we're not, you know how like a lot of YouTubers they don't tell you that it's an advertisement.
Yes. Which is so weird to me. It's like, just say it is. It's okay. I won't get mad. Like, I know how you have to make a money. How you have to make a money. I gotta make a money. You have to make money.
I'm making the money.
Oh, good.
So, yeah, anything else?
Gosh, I can't really think of anything else special. Oh, I guess there's one thing I could mention that I did get to do, but I can't share many details about it. I was technically got to be an extra in an indie film. So that was kind of cool.
Oh yeah. That's cool.
You mentioned this.
Yeah. The movie is called Artificial Loyalty, and all I can really tell you about it is like, it's kind of like a mobster-like movie. I just happened to find out about this because a friend of mine found out about it, and so she invited a bunch of us to go do it. The reason this movie is known is because it stars John Savage and originally starred Tom Sizemore. Tom Sizemore has been accused of, like a lot of other Hollywood stars have. He's been part of that whole unveiling, so he is we don't know if he's in the movie anymore. I don't know anyway. He wasn't originally on it. Now I don't know if he is anymore. But anyway, and so that's all I can really say about it, because we kind of, I think, had to send a non-disclosure form. But this is public knowledge, so. But yeah, so, I mean, it was interesting. It was kind of a longer press than we thought it was.
Did you get paid in pizzas?
We
That's what
did
Phil
not
got
get paid
paid in.
at all. Did not get paid at all, unfortunately. Although we were asked, a couple of us, my friends actually, and us, we were asked by the extras director, basically, to come back this Sunday. So we're gonna go and do another scene. I think it's open to other people, but we were asked specifically, like, you know, hey, would you guys be willing to come back for, you know, on Sunday? Oh, okay. So guess we're gonna do that. So yeah, it was cool. I don't know. I'm gonna be in a movie, I guess. And I know I will be, because there's a scene where I'm right next to the actors for like a split second. So I know I'm in the movie. Like, I know I'm in it. I don't know what I'll be doing, but cool stuff.
Did you get to touch John Savage?
He wasn't there. He wasn't there. No. There were some other actors that were cool, but he wasn't there. So it's cool. We'll see what happens on Sunday. I don't know if he's supposed to be there on Sunday. I forget. Some other famous dude's supposed to be there, and I didn't recognize. Some guy used to be a rapper. I don't remember his name, though.
Yeah.
The problem is that these are people I don't really know, so I can't be like, oh, I'm going to be in this one. I'm like, these are people that have been in movies in the past that I don't think I watched, so I don't know. But yeah, so it's cool. Cool stuff.
So yeah, what you guys gonna do next week?
Jotun is my main thing, I think.
Are you gonna play Nier Automata?
I haven't bought it.
No, Fo bought it 3 months ago.
Oh, Fo
It was on sale. Hopefully, maybe I will. I will be playing more Destiny a little bit. It's definitely tapered off a lot as I kind of only do the weekly quests now because anything else, just the payout's so little. And organizing the in-game tools to organize like group things is really hard. Like they don't matchmake a lot of the high-end late-game stuff. And maybe I'm just in a bad I'm either in a bad guild or the game is dying already because whenever I post things in my guild chat, I get like no response.
Not a good sign.
I also play a little bit of StarCraft 2 for the first time ever. I've never played StarCraft before at all.
Oh yeah, it's free, right?
Because it went free to play, so I tried some of the co-op stuff. It was good.
Oh, you try co-op? Oh,
yeah.
I really want to try co-op. Is it a story?
It's like so there probably is co-op for the campaign. What I did is you just you have a person in your party and you both choose a different like commander and that's kind of like your faction. Some commanders are actually like controllable heroes, some just give you like abilities. And then you're given like a random scenario. Like there's
but you can control the scenario if you want.
I don't know if you can pick the specific scenario or not. Okay. And then, so as you play games as these commanders, you get experience and level up the individual commanders. And I don't know what effect that has exactly. At the least, I think your level is your max tech level in the game. I think. I don't know.
And also the free version gives you access to the first 3. Kerrigan,
I believe
the
this
Protoss
is
one,
3.
and Jim Raynor. Yeah.
Yes.
If you want the rest, you have to... It gives you access to all.
It's pretty cheap, though.
But the first 3, it lets you level to the max, and the rest is only level 5. Something like
correct.
that. Yeah.
Yes, that is correct.
It's a pretty cool thing
I didn't try any of the non-free ones because they looked harder to play. And actually, so we did 3 co-op campaign or missions, and we lost 2 of them. So it's not easy. Not that either of us are good at StarCraft. Neither of us are experienced StarCraft people, but we were not doing well.
Nice.
So it's good. I'll probably play more of that.
Nice.
Cool.
And I think that's my week, pretty much. Hopefully Punisher's good. I don't know. I don't know how optimistic I am. It's Netflix. I mean, we'll see.
Yeah.
I want to watch... What's it called? Garm. What? Garm was the Last Druid.
You want to watch it?
Druid, yeah.
But I want to watch the Peter Pan one first.
Yes.
Garm Wars is also on YouTube. That's what happened is I started watching the Peter Pan thing on YouTube. I just like clicked like next, and I eventually got to like a bunch of like bootleg movies on YouTube. Like sweet.
Found it.
Star Trek's also been very good. I fell behind in the new Star Trek, and so I was catching up last night. I'm only 1 episode behind now, and the last couple episodes have been pretty solid.
Okay, cool.
So that's good.
Yeah. So I just finished Zero, so I really don't want to play another Yakuza game. I should probably play something else, but it's Yakuza though.
I'm trying to think of any recommendations for you. And I don't.
I probably I feel like I'm forcing myself to want to play The Last of Us. Just because, it's apparently the best game ever made.
Yeah. It'll change your life.
Change your life forever.
But it's usually the game that is not the most interesting for me because it's like, oh, it's a linear action adventure game and there's this this plot that's been done a million times. Oh, there's also Troy Baker because of course there's Troy Baker in it. And I'm just like, okay.
Was that like his breakout role? I know it wasn't like his first big role, but that's like kind of when I first like started getting name recognition.
I think Uncharted was his first breakout.
Uncharted I think would be more of a breakout. Yeah. I think he was famous even bore Uncharted, but yeah, No, he was definitely already well known by Last of Us.
But I don't like the guy.
Sure. I don't know.
As I've seen him like at Comic-Con and stuff, he seems more and more annoying.
I don't like the guy because I'm not jealous or anything. It's because he actually said something on Twitter. You remember the time when there was this time, I think when Uncharted 4 came out or something, and there were publications and like magazines or whatever that is giving it like 7 out of 10s and 8 out of 10s. And people were like having petitions. No, it must be a 10 out of 10.
Oh,
and he's also one of the people that was saying like,
egging him on.
This game can't be an 8 out of 10. This is a travesty.
What the heck, Troy?
Yeah, so I was like, okay, I never had any respect for you, but that is like, I'm never gonna have anymore, basically.
That's weird.
Yeah.
He's weird. But he's iconic.
Dumb.
He does a Joker, right?
One of the Batman games.
He was Batman.
One of the Arkham
games.
No, isn't he
games.
Joker
in Telltale? In Telltale Batman, he was Batman. Yeah.
He was Joker in Batman Unlimited animation.
Okay, I thought it was some cartoon because I thought I saw him on some panel.
He is Joker for Batman Assault on Arkham. He is Joker in Batman Unlimited Monster Mayhem. But he's also Batman, and he's also Joker, I guess.
Yeah.
That's deep, man.
I feel like he is, I don't know, dollar store Joker and Batman. It's like...
Poor man's Joker.
Yeah, poor man's Mark Hamill and poor man's...
I can't imagine him as Joker, because he kind of has a one-tone voice.
I mean, he sounds like Troy Baker.
It wasn't
all his roles sounds the same. Am I crazy?
No, they do.
No,
I thought that was the whole point.
Crazy.
Okay.
Except he
like,
apparently I
Steve
think he played Delson in
yeah,
Second Son.
Yeah.
And that was a little strange to me only because he's younger. Like he's kind of more of the upstart, you know?
I just hate. Oh, he was also Joker in Arkham Origins.
That's weird.
Aha!
He was Arkham Knight in Arkham Knight.
Right.
Oh.
He was Batman and Thomas Wayne in Telltale.
Yes, that I knew. It's very obvious.
And he's also back in Batman the Enemy Within.
I mean, he works as Batman in the Telltale games because that voice that he uses, it works.
He's Stallion in Shadow of War.
Oh, yes, he is. Yes, he totally is. But again, I mean, he plays the gritty... He plays it's the Uncharted, the name of that guy from Uncharted, that's the characters he plays. It just happens to be there's a lot of those characters that are main characters in video games. So...
He's basically the default white guy.
Yes, he is.
He's basically
he
that.
Is.
Yes, he sounds like, and he also looks like one.
Yes, absolutely.
Chad.
Yeah. His name should be Chad, not Troy.
Troy Chad Baker.
Yes, I mean you're not wrong. That's exactly what it is.
And that's why I'm seriously not interested in most games like that. You know, the types,
they're boring.
the AAA, the
linear
linear stuff.
Generic.
Yeah.
They're generic. They're the same things over and over again.
Yeah, I mean, I know The Last of Us tries to do all this emotional, gripping you at the heartstrings kind of stuff.
Right.
I'm sure it's an okay game. I don't think it's like a 10 out of 10 if I finish it. It's probably
the
a
two
7.
things that I was aware of that I think are what make the games so like popular are the story, obviously.
Yeah.
But then also I remember people really liking how immersive and gritty the combat felt, because like that was the first game I heard of that had like the punch lasers, where like when like your fist connects with somebody, it doesn't just say Q getting punched animation number 2, it actually like does math to figure out like the vector of your fist and like actually move their head in the right angle and have them like interact with the environment and when they collide with it and that kind of thing. So I think it's just it's more immersive combined with the storytelling, but I don't know.
That's what I heard too. Main reason I actually haven't played Last of Us isn't because I'm not interested in it. I think I would like it, but resource management games stress the crap out of me. they just do.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
So that's why so I've been told I should just play it on easy and just go with it. I have a little too much pride in myself for that.
But is it a resource management game or one of those that says it is, but eventually you'll just have so much stuff that it doesn't matter anymore.
No, I think it's
don't
like
think
Evil
so.
Within or something where it's like you're crafting, you're like, oh man, do I use this thing to make another arrow or do I save it so I can hopefully build up an axe or something?
I think if you play in easy mode, yes, but no, from what I heard, like you do actually have to be careful for things.
Can't be
that's
too
something going
reckless.
for it, because Horizon Zero Dawn I thought was gonna be like, you know, some resource management thing. Nope. Basically nope. In the beginning, yes.
Try dinosaurs.
Because you have to choose to use the arrowheads to either be currency or arrows. And I was like, okay, that's a pretty cool, you know. It was like, I have millions now, I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
Also, I just
think
learned
the point
about
is-
Batman Unlimited. It's a action figure line, and it has 3 direct-to-video animated superhero films: Batman Unlimited Animal Instincts, Batman Unlimited Monster Mayhem, Batman Unlimited Max vs. Mutants.
I've heard of it, but I've never seen it. There's a lot of Batman stuff, though, I haven't seen, though.
I'll probably watch Max vs. Mutants because it looks like Batman has like a mech suit.
No, that could be cool.
Yeah. It looks cool. And Monster Mayhem looks like Batman rides a robot dinosaur thing. I'm not even kidding.
Robot dinosaur.
Yeah.
A robot dinosaur. Has to be. Darn it, Batman. There's so much Batman stuff that I'm not even aware of. I'm like, oh, there's a Batman in this movie, there's a Batman in this animated thing. Jeez.
Well, let's sell
much
toys. Do it.
Do it. I mean,
Look at this
I would
Joker
say,
mecha.
yeah, I would say Batman's probably the single most like popular superhero right now. I mean, in general, actually. I would say.
Of all time.
Yeah.
Let's say all time.
I think it goes Batman, Spider-Man.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
Superman?
No.
Superman's kind of a weird. Superman's like classic, but not favorite, because I think I think it's that bias of like everyone assume, because Batman's always seems like the kind of the gritty character. It's just that everybody likes that, you know what I mean? So it's like, well, some people like Superman, but I like Batman. The joke is that nobody likes Superman. Everybody likes Batman.
I feel like I see a lot of Superman shirts though. I see people like just wearing things with the S logo on them for whatever reason.
I think for kids. In the beginning, especially, because I feel like also Batman's kind of like the teenage love, you know? In the beginning, I think little kids probably do more, not these days, but maybe back then, maybe some years ago, I think Superman probably was more popular with kids. Not now. I work with kids and I can tell you that. Not now. Batman's way more popular.
Oh, and I also
America's
don't
pretty
like
popular.
that Troy Baker basically gets whatever role, even if it's not a white guy.
Yes,
Like
that's true. What was
Infamous,
he played?
Second Son. He's supposed to be a native, right?
Yes,
Yeah. Yeah.
I know. He and Travis Willingham play those two main guys. As much as I love Travis Willingham, still a weird choice, guys.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. No, you're right. It's I think we talked about that in another
Yeah, we've
podcast.
talked about that.
It's-
SJW.
yeah. Oh no.
So, anything else?
That's all I got.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna.
Right.
Why the fuck is my Steam starting up? Okay,
Uh-oh.
don't do that. Don't do
Please
that.
don't do that.
I think I accidentally clicked it because I'm downloading Spellforce 3, the beta version.
Oh.
Yeah. And I also got Star Wars: The Old Republic. I know it's free to play,
Yay!
but they were doing like a couple of promo things where if you download it and you use this code before a certain date, you get the first 2 expansions for free and this.
Oh, nice,
Yeah.
nice. It's pretty fun. I think you'll play for a little bit, then you might get bored
I heard
with
it's
it, but,
I heard it's good as a single player BioWare RPG. So
Yep. Yeah, it is. My brother and I were playing for a little bit. I just haven't started back up again. But yeah, no, I think it's one of those things that you will find fun for a little bit and then you'll move on. But I think you will find it fun.
okay.
And I think that's a good deal, so I get that.
Yeah. Free. Can't beat free. So
Can't
yeah.
be free.
I said if there's a lot of microtransactions. Basically, yeah. You want to do the thing, I guess?
Let's do the thing. I will start because you guys all just copy me, so I'll just start it because, I'm okay with the thing. You can find me as Sarahscopic, SARAHSCOPIC. I am on YouTube, I am on Facebook, and I am on Twitter. You should look me up because I will probably say hi because I am friendly. I don't bite.
I'm sorry, this is funny. You know how we were talking about how Troy Baker is the default white guy?
Yeah.
In Saints Row the Third, you know whose voice he played?
Whose?
Default player voice.
Nice.
Yes, I think I did know that. I think they make a
really
joke
funny.
about Nolan North in Saint Rose 4 or something like that, because Nolan North is another like default white guy actually too.
Yeah.
So anyway, I did my slate. You go.
I'm Foehamner, and I'm on YouTube.
Very good.
Pupunoob, and this podcast will go on YouTube. And I'm on Twitter. You can follow me there. Yeah. So yeah, this has been episode 121 of the playonultra podcast. Thank you very much for watching and listening. See you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.